Silicon Valley has produced more billionaires per square mile than any region in human history, with an estimated 74 billionaires residing in the San Francisco Bay Area as of 2024, representing a combined net worth exceeding $500 billion. The region stretching from San Francisco to San Jose has created wealth through semiconductor manufacturing, personal computing, internet services, social media, and artificial intelligence. But behind every Silicon Valley fortune lies a trail of crushed competitors, bankrupt companies, and partners pushed aside. This is the story of the billionaires who built Silicon Valley and the ones they destroyed along the way. The foundational wealth of Silicon Valley began with William Shockley, who invented the transistor at Bell Labs in 1947, alongside John Bardeen and Walter Bretton. The three men shared the 1956 Nobel Prize in Physics, but Shockley received minimal financial reward from Bell Labs. In 1956, Shockley founded Shockley Semiconductor Laboratory in Mountain View, California, backed by Arnold Beckman, who provided $1 million in funding. Shockley recruited the brightest young engineers in America, but his abusive management style, paranoid behavior, and technically questionable decisions drove away his best talent. In 1957, 8 of Shockley's engineers, including Robert Noyce, Gordon Moore, and Eugene Kleiner, secretly approached Fairchild Camera and Instrument Corporation, seeking funding to start their own company. Shockley discovered the betrayal and branded them the Traitorous Eight. The 8 engineers founded Fairchild Semiconductor in 1957 with $1.5 million from Sherman Fairchild. Within 5 years, Fairchild Semiconductor was generating $130 million in annual revenue. Shockley's company collapsed by 1968. He died in 1989, bitter and forgotten, while the men he called traitors became Silicon Valley royalty. Robert Noyce became the first true Silicon Valley billionaire. At Fairchild in 1959, Noyce invented the integrated circuit, allowing multiple transistors on a single silicon chip. In 1968, Noyce and Gordon Moore left Fairchild to found Intel Corporation, with $2.5 million from venture capitalist Arthur Rock. Intel introduced the Intel 4004 in 1971, the world's first commercial microprocessor. Gordon Moore formulated Moore's law in 1965, predicting that transistor counts would double every 2 years while costs fell. Intel's 1971 IPO made Noyce and Moore multi-millionaires. By 1990, Intel dominated the microprocessor market with 80% market share. Moore's net worth exceeded $7 billion at his death in 2023. Noyce died in 1990, worth $350 million. Intel's rise crushed competitors, including Zilog, Motorola, and AMD. The venture capital model that funded Intel was pioneered by Arthur Rock. But the true architects of Silicon Valley venture capital were Eugene Kleiner and Tom Perkins, who founded Kleiner Perkins in 1972 on Sand Hill Road in Menlo Park. Kleiner Perkins invested in Genentech, Compaq, Amazon, and Google. Don Valentine founded Sequoia Capital in 1972, also on Sand Hill Road. Sequoia invested in Apple, Oracle, Cisco, Google, Yahoo, PayPal, YouTube, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Airbnb. Valentine's investment strategy was ruthless, backing founders willing to dominate markets through any means necessary. Sequoia's $150,000 investment in Apple in 1978 eventually generated returns exceeding $15 billion. Valentine died in 2019, worth $3 billion. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak founded Apple Computer in 1976 in Jobs' parents' garage. Wozniak designed the Apple I and Jobs handled marketing. Mike Markkula invested $250,000 in 1977 for 1/3 of the company. The Apple II, released in 1977, became the first mass-market personal computer, selling nearly 6 million units. Apple's December 1980 IPO, at $22 per share, raised $97 million and created more instant millionaires than any IPO since Ford in 1956. Jobs owned 7.5 million shares worth $165 million at age 25. Markkula's $250,000 investment became worth $203 million. But Jobs' success came at others' expense. Ronald Wayne co-founded Apple with Jobs and Wozniak holding 10% equity. After 12 days, Wayne sold his stake for $800, fearing liability. That 10% would eventually be worth $300 billion. In 1985, Jobs was forced out of Apple by CEO John Sculley. Jobs founded Next Computer, investing $12 million, and bought Pixar from Lucasfilm for $10 million in 1986. Pixar's 1995 IPO made Jobs a billionaire, with his investment worth $1.2 billion. In 1997, Apple acquired Next for $429 million, bringing Jobs back as CEO. Jobs introduced the iMac, iPod, iPhone, and iPad. By 2011, Apple became the most valuable company in the world, worth $350 billion. Jobs died in October 2011, worth $10.2 billion. Bill Gates founded Microsoft in 1975, becoming Silicon Valley's greatest rival, operating from Seattle. Gates and Paul Allen created MS-DOS for IBM in 1981 and Windows in 1985. Microsoft's 1986 IPO made Gates a billionaire at 31. By 1995, Gates was the richest person in the world, worth $12.5 billion. Microsoft crushed Digital Research, WordPerfect, Lotus, and Netscape through aggressive licensing and bundling software with Windows. The Department of Justice sued Microsoft for antitrust violations in 1998. Gates' net worth exceeded $100 billion in 1999. Larry Ellison founded Oracle Corporation in 1977 in Santa Clara to commercialize relational database technology. Oracle's database became the industry standard. Ellison was notorious for aggressive sales tactics and stealing customers from competitors. Oracle went public in 1986 at $15 per share, making Ellison worth $93 million. By 2000, Ellison's net worth reached $47 billion, making him briefly the richest person in the world. Oracle crushed Informix, Sybase, and numerous database companies through predatory pricing. As of 2024, Ellison is worth $158 billion, making him the fourth richest person globally. The Internet created even greater fortunes during the 1990s. Mark Andreessen and Jim Clark founded Netscape Communications in 1994. Netscape Navigator achieved 80% browser market share by 1995. Netscape's August 1995 IPO opened at $28, doubled to $58, and reached $174 by November, creating 5 billionaires and triggering the dot-com boom. But Microsoft bundled Internet Explorer with Windows for free. By 1998, Internet Explorer overtook Netscape. AOL acquired Netscape for $4.2 billion in 1999. Jerry Yang and David Filo founded Yahoo in 1994 as a web directory at Stanford. Yahoo's April 1996 IPO at $13 per share created instant billionaires. By January 2000, Yahoo's market cap reached $128 billion. But Yahoo failed to develop sustainable search technology and declined as Google rose. Yahoo rejected Microsoft's $44.6 billion offer in 2008. Yahoo sold to Verizon for $4.48 billion in 2017. Yang's net worth fell from $4 billion to $2 billion. Larry Page and Sergey Brin founded Google in 1998 in a Menlo Park garage while PhD students at Stanford. Google's PageRank algorithm revolutionized web search. Kleiner Perkins and Sequoia each invested $12.5 million in 1999 at a $100 million valuation. Google's August 2004 IPO at $85 per share raised $1.67 billion and valued the company at $23 billion. Page and Brin each owned 38 million shares worth $3.2 billion. By 2024, Alphabet is worth $2 trillion. Page and Brin are each worth $120 billion. Google crushed competitors through superior technology. Yahoo lost search dominance by 2002. Microsoft's Bing, launched in 2009, never exceeded 10% market share. Google expanded into email with Gmail, documents with Google Docs, mobile with Android, and video with YouTube. Google's $1.65 billion YouTube acquisition in 2006 seemed expensive, but YouTube is now worth $400 billion. Google's advertising monopoly has generated antitrust investigations globally. Mark Zuckerberg founded Facebook in 2004 from his Harvard dorm at age 19. Peter Thiel invested $500,000 in 2004 for 10.2% equity. Axel Partners invested $12.7 million in 2005. Facebook May 2012 IPO at $38 per share, raised $16 billion and valued Facebook at $104 billion, making Zuckerberg worth $19 billion at 28. Zuckerberg's path involved crushing competitors and betraying partners. Cameron Winklevoss, Tyler Winklevoss, and Divya Narendra claimed Zuckerberg stole their Connect You idea. They sued and received a $65 million settlement in 2008. Eduardo Saverin, who provided Facebook's initial funding and owned 30%, was diluted to 10% in 2005 and sued Zuckerberg. Saverin received an undisclosed settlement, retaining 5% worth $15 billion today, but was cut from management entirely. Facebook crushed MySpace, which had 100 million users in 2006 but collapsed by 2011. Facebook acquired Instagram for $1 billion in 2012 and WhatsApp for $19 billion in 2014, eliminating competitors. By 2024, Meta owns Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, and Oculus with 3 billion users. Zuckerberg is worth $177 billion, making him the third richest person on Earth. Elon Musk arrived in Silicon Valley in 1995 after dropping out of Stanford. Musk co-founded Zip2, which Compaq acquired for $307 million in 1999. Musk founded X.com, which became PayPal. eBay acquired PayPal for $1.5 billion in 2002, giving Musk $180 million. Musk founded SpaceX in 2002 and invested in Tesla in 2004, becoming CEO. As of 2024, Musk is worth $334 billion, making him the richest person in history. Musk's companies crushed traditional aerospace and electric vehicle competitors, and his $44 billion Twitter acquisition in 2022 gave him control over global discourse. The billionaires who built Silicon Valley shared common traits: extreme risk tolerance, obsessive work ethics, willingness to betray partners, and ruthless competitive instincts. They built technologies that transformed civilization but destroyed countless competitors, employees, and early partners. Silicon Valley celebrates winners, while the crushed are forgotten footnotes. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos of history.